And you'll have to come up for it, 'cause I'm not coming down. Post.
Now, Posty. What's all this I'm not coming down business, eh? Why not? That's what I'd like to know. Why not?
I'll tell you why not. 'Cause I'm scared to. That's why not.
Scared too? But, Posty, you've jumped down this well hundreds of times. A good swimmer you are.
Well, that's as maybe, Mossop, but I'm not jumping down no well with no metal on my back. It's too heavy to swim with, is metal. I'd sink like a stone.
But Posty, you haven't got any metal on your back. You've just got your letters, the same as always.
Ah, but one of those letters has got metal in it. I can hear it clinking about. And it isn't half heavy. Taking me all my time to carry it, it has.
Really? Which letter? Come here.
The big one. And it's for you.
For me? Oh, who could be sending me a letter full of metal? Hey, now, will you look at that? It's full of coins.
Who sent them to us?
Ah, it's from me Uncle Mossop. Here, listen to this. People keep chucking these things down my well, he says, and I'm getting fed up with it. Cluttering the place up they are, so I'm getting rid of them onto you.
But why should people throw them down his well?
Ah, well, I can answer that, Tiddler. It's because he lives down a wishing well, that's why. For some reason best known to themselves, human people always throw coins down wishing wells. Anyway, they're no use to us, these. Stick them in your purse, Tiddler, and we'll go and see if Marjorie will like them.
Come in.
Did you say come in then, Marjorie?
Yes, of course I did.
Oh, it just didn't sound quite like you then.
Are you all right, Marjorie? You look a bit pale.
Well, I've got a bit of a sore throat, but I'm all right, really.
Try taking honey. That's good for sore throats.
Yes, I've done that. And I'm knitting myself a scarf to wrap around my throat and keep it warm.
Yeah, it looks very nice. Lovely red colour, I do. Oh, God, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
Mossop, look what you've done.
I'm sorry, it was an accident. I didn't mean to, honest.
Are you sure you're all right, Marjorie? You don't seem quite yourself.
Yes, I'm fine. Stop fussing.
Well, sorry.
Oh, it's me who should be saying sorry. I shouldn't have snapped at you. It's just that, well, I've got a headache and my throat hurts and I don't feel very well at all. And sometimes, when people don't feel very well, they do get snappy. I've just written a story about it, actually. Would you like to hear it?
Oh, yes, please.
Look, it's called Poorly Pandas. Cheng Su didn't feel well. I'm tired, she said, and I've got a headache. Sometimes she felt too hot, and sometimes she felt too cold. Mingwu tried to cheer her up because she was miserable and cross. She gave Cheng Su a nice, juicy orange. I don't want a horrid orange, said Cheng Su. So Mingwu gave her a picture book. I don't want a horrid book, said Cheng Su. So Mingwu made her a nice cup of warm milk. I don't want any horrid milk, said Cheng Su. So Mingwu got her a cuddly teddy. I don't want a horrid teddy, said Cheng Su. Mingwu started to cry. What's the matter? Asked Mum. Cheng Su's being horrid, said Mingwu. And now I've got a headache, and I'm too hot, and I'm too cold too. And you look very tired, said Mum. Get into bed and I'll call for the doctor. I don't want the horrid doctor, said Mingwu. Mum came back with something special. Poor cross pandas, she said, and she gave them a hug and a kiss and some bamboo shoots, which made them all feel much better.
Bamboo shoots? That's a strange thing to eat, isn't it?
Well, it might be for us, but it's not for pandas. They eat them all the time and they love them.
Yeah, fancy you not knowing that, Tiddler. Oh, yes, bamboo shoots are a panda's favourite meal. Always chewing away on them they are. What I say is, can't be much fun at all. No wonder they're bad-tempered.
Well, I think they're only bad-tempered, Mossop, because they were poorly. And I know just how they felt. Oh, I wonder who that can be. Come in.
Oh, it's only me, Miss Dorr. I was just on my way down to the post box and I wondered if you had anything to post.
No, I haven't, but thank you for thinking of me, Mr Grimley.
That's quite all right, Miss Dorr. I'll be off then. Are you all right? You look a bit sort of peaky to me.
Oh, I'm fine, thank you.
She's not really, Mr Grimley. She's got a headache and her throat hurts and she seems a bit shivery.
Achoo! Oh.
You've got a cold, Miss Dorr. That's what you've got. Shall I go for the doctor?
Oh, no, thank you, Mr Grimley. There's not much the doctor can do for a cold.
True, true. Well, you just keep nice and warm and have plenty of hot drinks. That's the best thing you can do if you've got a cold.
Yes, I will.
Soup. Now, there's the stuff. A nice, warming bowl of soup for your lunch. That's what you need.
Oh, well, that would be very nice, but I haven't got any.
Then leave it to me, Miss Dorr. I'll make you some. Yes, you can count on me.
Oh, well, that's very kind. Thank you.
We'll leave you in peace too, Marjorie. And don't forget, keep warm. Yes, warm is what you should keep, all right? No doubt about it.
Goodbye, Marjorie.
Bye-bye, you two.
That was ever so kind of you, Mr Grimley.
Aye, that it was. That it most certainly was. If there's anything we can do to help...
Oh, would you help? Oh, that'd be wonderful. You see, I've got a bit of a problem. I can't cook. Well, even if I could cook, it wouldn't be of much use, you see. I haven't got a cooker or pans.
Well, answer me this. How do you expect to cook soup for Marjorie?
I don't really know. Well, it can't be that difficult making soup, can it? If only I had a cooker and a pan.
We've got a pan that we boil nettles in, but we haven't got a cooker. We do our cooking on stones.
Stones? But stones are cold. You can't cook on them.
Oh, yes, you can, you see. What you do is you arrange them in a circle, and then you warm them up using Riddler magic. It's called a Riddler stove. I'll tell you what, I'll make one now if you like. I'll tell you, and while I'm doing that, why don't you go and find some ingredients? Oh, that's some things to put in the soup.
Oh, right, yes, well, there are bound to be lots of vegetables grown in Miss Dorr's garden.
And I'll go and get the pan. Do you want me to fill it with water?
Water? What do you think? Does soup have water in it?
I reckon so, Mr Grimley. Soup is wet sort of stuff, isn't it? Yes, water's bound to be an ingredient, in my opinion.
Yes, bound to be.
Right, Find the stones and put them in the ring. Heave and hoe and stack 'em and sing. Cast a spell to make 'em hot, and a Riddler stove is what you've got. Big stones, little stones, round and flat. Put 'em in a circle just like that. Place on top your cooking pot, and a Riddler stove is what you've got. A Riddler stove is what you've got. How's that?
Here's the pan of water, and I brought our big spoon as well to stir things with.
Ah, good. All we need now is something to stir.
And that's just what I've got here. Look at this lot. We can make a wonderful soup with all this. So that's the Riddler stove, is it? Well, well, well. Oh, can I touch it?
Yeah, of course you can.
But they're stone cold.
Well, they would be, Mr Grimley, being stones. But just watch this.
Oh, yes. I can feel them heating up already. That's really clever, that is.
Yes. Now, you keep away from them now, Tiddler. You know you're not allowed near anything hot. We don't want any accidents, that we don't.
No, Mossop.
Now, what I say is this. Let's set to and make that soup.
Right, well, we've got some potatoes, an onion, some carrots. Well, it's a funny-looking carrot, and a bit pale, but, well, it'll be all right.
That's not a pale carrot, Mr Grimley. That's a parsnip. And shouldn't you have peeled and washed these before you put them in?
Tiddler, who's making this soup, you or us?
Well, you are. but some of those vegetables still had soil on them.
Well, there's nothing wrong with good, clean soil, Tiddler. Nothing wrong at all. Now, leave everything to us, would you please? Why don't you go off and get some nettles, eh?
Nettles? What? You mean for the soup?
Naturally. Nothing tastes better than nettles, I always say. Off you go, Tiddler. Yeah.
It's a bit of a funny colour, isn't it? Sort of a muddy brown. Maybe she was right about the soil.
Oh, hello, Bella.
Hello, Tiddler. You want to be careful you don't sting yourself on those, my dear.
Oh, I'll be careful.
What do you want with nettles, anyway?
It must have been Mr Grimley making some soup for Marjorie. She's not very well, you see.
Oh, dear, I am sorry to hear that. Still, a nice drop of soup will do her good, no doubt. She likes nettle soup, does she?
Well, I'm not sure. But I am sure she's not going to like the soup that Mossop and Mr Grimley make. They've put all sorts of vegetables in it without washing them or peeling them or anything.
Oh, dear, that doesn't sound very appetising, does it?
No, it's going to be awful, Bella. I know it is. Oh, I wish there was something I could do about it.
Well, why don't you make Marjorie some soup yourself?
I can't. Mossop's using our pan. Oh, I wonder if I could buy some soup anywhere. I know. When Mr Grimley wants a good meal, he goes to the cafe in town. Do you think they'd sell me some proper soup for Marjorie?
Oh, I don't know. Cafes usually sell food for people to eat there and then, not to take away.
I could always ask, couldn't I?
Oh, I suppose so. But it would cost money. Have you got any?
Oh, yes, I have. Mossop's uncle sent it to us, you see. What do you think? Shall I go and buy some soup?
Well, you mustn't go wandering off on your own, my dear.
But I can magic myself straight there and back.
Oh, I suppose that would be all right. But what would you carry the soup back in?
I'll ask the people at the cafe if they can lend me a jug or something. I'm going to do it, Bella. I am. For Marjorie.
Anything wrong?
Well, it's not the most aromatic soup I've ever smelt, and that's a fact.
You're off. I wonder what it tastes like.
Well, try it.
No, you try it, Mossop.
Well, it was your idea to make the soup, Mr Grimley. I reckon it ought to be you as tastes it.
Well, but only if you taste it as well.
Agreed.
Delicious. Come in.
Hello, Miss Dora. About the soup.
It's wonderful. I think it's the best soup I've ever tasted.
Hey, who bought you that, Marjorie?
Well, Tiddler, of course. She bought the whole flask of it.
I'll tell you all about it later.
Is something the matter with you two? You look a bit pale.
Well, to tell you the truth, Miss Dora, I do feel a bit queasy.
Me too.
Oh, dear, I hope you haven't caught my cold.
I don't think it's that, Marjorie. I think it's probably something they ate.